Everybody, welcome into the nightcap of day 2. We were at the Power Hockey Tournament live on Facebook. A critical matchup to close out day number 2 as Michigan takes on the Philadelphia Flyers PowerPlay. Hi everybody, once again with Mike and Brett. This is Patrick back with you. Got the cheers for the Michigan mascot. Doing some worm action out on the floor. Philadelphia 3-0 coming in. Michigan 2-1 after they were defeated in their first game today for a 5-2 against Toronto.
This is going to be an interesting game here, Patrick. For Philadelphia to get the #1 seed outplayed.
Quiet, was essentially shut down by the Rock in his first game of the day. It's loose out in front, and you can see, I think Confara wants to get that bad taste out of his mouth right away. He's playing to get Michigan on the board right away. As there's Saxton. Confara all over him. Saxton trying to set up the screen. 14-17 to go in the first period. No score. Philadelphia wins. As Brett said, they get that #1 seed going into tomorrow. There's a long shot. Olivas knocks it down. Rebound loose out front. Still loose. Comes out to Martin. Clay Martin on the near side. And Confara now with it. Confara gets it down to Tristan Parent. Parent with a shot. That'll go off the end wall over the net. As Alex Pitt sends a long pass to Saxton in the offensive zone. Saxton with a shot. Save Olivas. Rebound. Pitts knocked around and out of play. I think both teams sensing the importance of this game.
I think so as well. As that was quite a start to this game with some good opportunities.
Off the face-off, it's pushed back down into the near side corner. Hits. One of those down there fighting, along with Liam Miller. The shot goes off the back of the net. Confara trying to get away. He's got Miller and Pitts all over him. Martin down there as well. Come around to Saxton. Saxton trying to reverse direction. Saxton looking for the wraparound. Pitts, no, they still puts it in on the second effort. Alex Pitts makes it 1-0 Philadelphia.
Not the usual highlight type reel goals they normally get here, Mike, but that works out just digging and digging near that goal crease area. They're finally able to put it in. Philadelphia leads 1-0.
Yeah, none of the fancy shots are going to work on Dean. We've seen that all throughout.
Looking for the wraparound. Pitts, no, they still puts it in on the
goals that has everybody trying to.
Jackson looking for the wraparound. Pitts, no, they still puts it in on the.
A little slow reacting. I think both Dean Olivas and the defenseman a little slow reacting. That was too easy of a putback for Jake Saxton. Michigan's got to do a little bit better on defense.
And Jake Saxton's incredible tournament continuing. Here's Martin in the offensive zone for Michigan. He's got the wraparound. He tries to jam it in. And it's frozen by D'Amico. 12:23 to go in the first period.
We mentioned the importance of D'Amico here, coming up big, and he has to come up big here for Philadelphia.
Confara and Pitts in the face-off circle. Confara will not be able, I think we're going to have a penalty coming. I think Miller might have gotten a little bit too much of Kevin Confara, and Michigan's going to go on a power play.
That's much needed for them to get some momentum back. I think they're a little surprised with this big home crowd to have the road team Philadelphia power play score first. Now Michigan's going to get an opportunity to try to even this game up.
Definitely. This losing Liam Miller here is huge. He is so tough on defense. This could be trouble for Philadelphia.
They're calling for charging. Confara scores.
No, they're saying no.
No, it looked like it was in.
It hit the goalpost. I could see it right here on my screen. We'll show you the replay in just a moment. That was close.
Looked like the ref was signaling goal, and Confara's shot is blocked that time. Here's Saxton into the offensive zone. Saxton with a shorthanded shot blocked and frozen.
Let's take a look at that near goal for Michigan. I think you're right. Tim Coleman thought that was originally in the net. Here's a look at it one more time. See some good work there from Tristan Parent behind the net.
Pitts and Saxton, the two forwards. Confara for Michigan with it. Speed his way into the offensive zone. Pitts, though, takes it away. Flipped up towards Saxton. Saxton into the offensive zone, working his way in. Oh, what a move, what a shot. Save Olivas and cleared out. Two great players making two great plays. What a play by Saxton to get in position for that shot, and a great save by Olivas on the back end. Saxton sizing things up. Here he goes. He's got a blocker in front of him. Into the offensive zone again. This time he's going to get tied up by Confara and by Parent. Parent will end up with it. 29 seconds remaining in the power play. Saxton with it. Bring it up toward Pitts. Pitts into the offensive zone. Pitts with a shot blocked up from Reed around. They score! Pitts redirects his own rebound. 2-0 Philadelphia.
What a start for the Philadelphia power play out here. They are starting to kind of come into their own. They've been the young guns at this tournament for the last 2 years, and now they're really starting to mature and become an unstoppable force.
Yeah, they for his last two tournaments, you know, they were the up-and-coming kids. Just came up short. Now they look like the front runners here.
What an opening statement. First 5 minutes of the game against Michigan. There's a shot on goal saved by D'Amico. Swept up into the corner. You couldn't ask for a better start for Philadelphia. Saxton's going to have a chance. Saxton with a shot blocked out front by Cooter. The defenseman for Michigan, Josh Cooter. Here's Confara into the offensive zone. Confara rolls it into the wheels of D'Amico. And we'll have a face-off in the Philadelphia zone.
D'Amico got over there quick and snuffed out that angle. He didn't have that angle when he was going down. They cut him off pretty well.
Yeah, I think Confara maybe waited a little bit too long to pull the trigger on that one.
Confara trying to possess the faceoff. He'll flip this one up behind D'Amico. That'll go out of play. They couldn't ask for a better start for Philadelphia. Those two early goals probably leaving a lot of this pro-Michigan crowd stunned. The tough day for Michigan continuing so far. Saxton's going to have a chance the other way. The pass, though, not all that clean. They had to track it down. Saxton will right around the net. First direction. We'll have it blocked. Loose out front. Go up into the far side corner where Confara and Miller battling for it. Confara comes out with it. We'll try to reverse direction. Try to get some speed. He's got that angle. Trying to get it to Parent. But unfortunately, he hit the wheels of Alex Pitts.
Pitts read that one like a book.
And pops out a play up into the Michigan bench. 8:49 to go in the first period. 2-0 Philadelphia.
People mentioning the patience of Jake Saxton. You think 2 years ago, I don't think he quite had the patience back then. Now, you can tell he's grown up a lot. Doing it, just waiting and waiting and waiting to get his open shot with his stick handling wizardry.
He's a grizzled veteran at the age of 15.
Saxton with a shot. That goes wide up into the corner. Olivas might have gotten some of that as well. Pitts unable to hold the zone. Pitts reversing direction into the offensive zone. He'll take a long shot. That'll bounce out of play.
Really made Dean Olivas work here in this first period. Olivas has had some good saves. And in fact, let's take a look at one from a few minutes ago. Without Olivas, this could easily be 3 or 4 in favor of Philadelphia right now. You know, this point-blank shot against Jake Saxton, that's a tough save to make one-on-one.
Confara controlling the face-off. He'll roll around his own net. Quickly moved to be cut off. We did have that one good scoring chance. That one blocked out front by Hoban, but today's been a lot more tough sledding for the great number 23 on Michigan compared to yesterday. Saxton into the offensive zone.
Seems like Confara had his way yesterday. Today, not so much.
One sneaks through as Pitts and Miller both lining up for that one. That one rolled in on goal. Play will be stopped if the net comes loose. Olivas rolling over to make the save on it before the net popped loose.
That's a little bit too much space that they've been giving Alex Pitts. You'll see it here on the replay from that back angle. No one really near Alex Pitts on that. Don't want to do that again. If you're the Michigan Mustangs, got to defend him better.
You can see that the refs are really trying to make a point by standing on that net to make sure it doesn't come loose.
Face off deep in the Michigan zone. 7:28 to go in the first period. 2-0 Philadelphia.
Tim giving an explanation to Liam Miller here. You know, Olivas wants one as well.
By the way, we're actually going to be having an interview that Mike did earlier with referee Tim Coleman. He's going to answer some questions, a little background about him, as well as an explanation on what happens when the goal moves. When do they blow it dead? Tim Coleman's going to have an explanation of that. We're going to play that between the first and second period, so we'll try to get out of this first period as quick as we can so we can get you that interview with Tim. It's kind of an interesting conversation about how referees determine when to blow the play dead when that net moves.
The discussion continuing. Confara now over at this bench getting some more instructions or perhaps giving an explanation as to what's happening.
It's good to see. He also talks about his rapport with the players, which is very good. And it's just an interesting overview. As you can see, he lets the players talk to him, and he gives great, honest discussion with those players. Yeah,
you and me as both players and coaches in adaptive sports know there are some certain nameless officials that won't let you talk to them at all. You start talking to them, instantly a penalty or an ejection. Tim's a good ref in that. He'll let you say your piece without crossing a line. Granted, if you start screaming and yelling at him, then it's probably going to be a different story.
As Thur trying to force his way in, still loose. Still loose, now it comes back through Thur's wheels. And Pitts, I think that might have caught Confara in the face as it heads out of the zone. We're going to have an offside penalty, or not a penalty, an offside call.
At least get a face-off in the offensive zone for Michigan. They've kind of come out a little surprised against this Philadelphia team. Haven't really had many chances.
Pitts will track it down. Thur trying to force a mistake. Pitts will flip it up ahead for Saxton. Saxton's beating his man. Saxton in. Saxton, he scores! Jake Saxton, what more can you say about him at this point?
Mr. Gypsy Doodle on a stick. Wow, just driving, curving. No way for Dino to stop that one.
Let's take a look at it. Saxton cutting in, going to his backhand, getting around the defenseman. Just slides it behind Dino Levis. Not a lot Dean could do there. That's just a case of good offense beats good goaltending.
3-0 Philadelphia, 6:27 remaining in the first period. And here comes Saxton again into the offensive zone. Saxton rolls this shot. This one saved by Olivas, kicks around on the near side of the goal, and now swept out of there by the Mustangs. Jordan Zimmich in the game for the first time for the Mustangs. As Confara has checked out. And Saxton again into the offensive zone. Saxton, that one catches Josh Cooter in the head. Zimmich the other way. Zimmich 2-on-1 if they hurry. Perrin redirect, score!
Very good pass. Good teamwork on display. Wow, scoring without Confara.
They absolutely needed that goal too, because they were in danger of maybe letting this one get away from them a little bit, but they got it back. They're right back in this game, aren't they?
They sure are, Brett, man. They orchestrated that play very well. Maybe this line could do something for them here and get some more momentum their way, and with that goal, it certainly does that.
And you can see on the replay, they caught all three of those Philadelphia players maybe attacking a little too much. They were all three deep in the Michigan zone, and once that ball took a bounce on that rebound the other way, it created a odd man rush for Michigan. So they're right back in it.
And Saxton almost teamed up with Pitts for a great play. Perrin into the offensive zone with Zimmich, but that time the tic-tac-toe didn't quite work. It was broken up. Long pass for Saxton, but he came in offside.
This is interesting. Kevin Confara is out of the game right now. Maybe they're just trying to get him a breather to regroup a little bit. They certainly can't play with him, I don't think, for a long stretch of time, but this might be a good change of pace.
Definitely, you know, I think they caught Philly off guard without him playing, kind of playing too loosely now.
Yeah, well, you can see that all three of the Philly players were deep in the Michigan attack zone, and they maybe got caught flat-footed on that transition play, which led to that Michigan goal.
Well, there's Pitts with it for Philadelphia. He'll bring it around the net. In the offensive zone, Zimmich moving to cut him off, and he did a great job of that. Pitts, though, gets it back. Pitts out front. Perrin trying to slow him down. There's a shot blocked by Zimmich. Dewar will sweep this one up ahead. And both teams very aggressively trying to generate scoring chances. And Pitts comes in offside as Saxton got a little bit of a step. Saxton not happy about that call. That'll have a face-off back deep in the Philadelphia zone with 4:32 to go in the first period. 3-1 Philadelphia.
Getting a little excited there. Calm down just slightly and he'll be okay.
Yeah, second time he's been called for an offsides in this period.
Flipped up, it'll bounce out of play and we'll have another face-off. again off the face-off, pops out of play.
This is like the old Toronto penalty kill from the last game.
Eventually they had enough of that and they booted.
Yeah, what did Toronto hit it out of the face-off like 6 times in a row before they finally kicked?
Yeah, Ronak who kept punching it out of play.
Ronak's kind of one of those pesky players for Toronto. He picks up a lot of penalties, but he also makes some kind of good unsung hero type plays. He's one of those guys that you hate playing against but love having on your team.
He's a very big risk reward type of player.
Yeah.
We're gonna get
Got a guy watching from Halifax, Nova Scotia.
I'll be getting some kind of warnings about poking the face-off out of play because.
Yeah, I think this is the same referee that threw the Ronak out of the face-off circle in the last game. I think he's seen about enough of that.
Yeah.
From every team in this tournament.
Just slows the pace down.
Yeah.
I understand why they're doing it, but it just slows the game down.
Yeah, they even they had that one pops. Oh, that one just narrowly avoided going out of play again. I wonder what would have happened had that happened. Play continues. Saxton wheeling around his net, throws this one up toward Pitts. Pitts with Parent in front of him, gets it up for Miller, but out of his reach.
Next whistle looks like Confara will be coming in. He's getting better.
Yeah, I think this is, again, something you can do in short spurts, but eventually Philly's probably going to expose not having a level 1 player out there for Michigan, so they're probably eager to get Confara back in.
Very good, good use of the depth of Michigan.
Yeah, look at Zimmich. She's done a nice job coming in the game off the bench. She had an assist on that Mustangs goal.
And Pitts takes it away. Pitts and Saxton with just the defense in front of them. Whether that's Miller, Pitts to the backhand. I think it was saved by Olivas. Yeah, Pitts with a shot, that's blocked.
They're getting a little exposed here not having a level 1 player in here. I think Michigan really needed to get a face-off.
Miller sends that one back toward the net. It's loose on the far boards and pops out of play.
I think they just did that just to do that.
Yeah. Now we're going to see if Confara has a little bit of a new lease on life here. He kind of struggled to start the game. We'll see maybe if those conversations with coaches got him a little more focused here to come back in.
Parent checks out of the game.
Rhea. Hello, Rhea. She's watching from Camden, New Jersey. Hello, how are you?
All over the country watching the game.
Zimmich into the offensive zone. He can't quite get around Saxton, and then Pitts comes from behind to poke it away. Dewar down there. Farah fighting with Miller. He gets a shot away. Saved by D'Amico. Is it loose? I think it's still loose. And now it pops free. And here comes Saxton again into the offensive zone. Confara trying to catch him there. The shot saved by Olivas. Poked ahead for Dewar. Dewar along the near side, trying to get it to Confara. Saxton again into the offensive zone. Saxton blocked out front by Cooter.
Great back and forth action.
Yeah, Cooter and Olivas, the heroes of the day. That's back-to-back breakaways for Jake Saxton, and very lucky for Michigan that he didn't score on either one of those.
So at this, we've seen everybody play Jake Saxton. None of them have been able to contain him. What do you have to do differently to slow him down?
Not let him get breakaways in transition. You got to be careful when you're on offense to make sure he doesn't sneak behind you.
Yeah, super deadly on those breakaways.
I don't think you want to get in a back and forth game with Philadelphia. That's not a battle you're probably going to win.
And Michigan, too much to their chagrin, looks like they might be headed in that direction. Still a minute 34 to go in the first period, but Philadelphia 3-1 lead. And you just kind of keep waiting to hear Jake Saxton's name called on the score sheet again, the way that they keep springing him. He keeps out racing everybody on the floor with just Olivas and the defender in front of him.
Tom Donahue and Kate Donahue are cheering on Leah Donahue from Cumberland, Maryland. So welcome to the stream.
I'd love to have them watching. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of people watching from probably Pennsylvania and New Jersey, since that's that Philadelphia area. Got to get, well, I suppose all the Michigan fans are probably just physically here at the rink watching the game.
I think so. We got a pretty good crowd here. We got most of all the teams here watching as well. This is a huge game.
Well, basically, yeah, the deal is Philadelphia wins, they get the number 1 seed. If they lose, we have a 3-way tie for first place, and I don't know how they break a 3-way tie.
Got somebody from Naples, Florida.
Throwing out some love for Jordan Schmidt. She did a good job coming off the bench. In fact, she's still staying in the game.
She had an excellent shift there after she just came out.
Farah with a shot wide. That'll roll off the end wall. Dewar sandwiched by a couple of Philadelphia players. On the far side boards in the corner, now flipped out. Confara has it. Confara with a shot. He shoots it into the crowd.
Michigan gets a power play here at the end of the period. They score here, they're definitely going to have all sorts of momentum.
Yeah, Liam Miller being out is, again, it's detrimental to power play. He does a lot of the dirty work that doesn't show up on the scoreboard, or even on the street half the time.
Yeah. Second time he's picked up a penalty as well in this game. He's not a guy that seems to go to the box very often.
Less than a minute to go in the period. Zimmage couldn't corral it. Saxton and Miller back the other way. Saxton with a shot wide. Flipped up toward Confara. Pitts, though, will track it down first.
The old alley-oop play there.
Saxton's just waiting back for these to come to him, and they keep reaching him. This time, though, Michigan does a much better job of heading him off. Pitts shoots it wide.
Wow. Good passing. This is a clinic right here. Boys and girls, get your pens and pencils out.
Mike's actually pulled out a pad of paper. He's making some notes for his adult league.
That's right.
On how to set up these passes.
Off the face-off in the Michigan zone. 20 seconds remaining. 45 seconds on the power play. Saxton, rebound. They score. And it's going to be Pitts who picked that one up. It's 4-1 Philadelphia, shorthanded, but that almost looked like a Philadelphia power play that way that unfolded.
Well, they are the power play.
Whipped into the goal there by Alex Pitts after that rebound from the Jake Saxton shot.
There's still 15 seconds remaining in the period, so still plenty of time for something else to happen. 10 seconds now, still loose. 2, 1. That'll bring us to the end of the period, and this might be a very tense 3 minutes over on that Michigan sideline. They just have no answer for Saxton. We're going to take a break. We've got some special content for you. You're watching Power Hockey Cup Live. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Plymouth USA Hockey Arena. 4-1. Philadelphia with the lead as we start the second period. Michigan on a power play for the next 20 seconds, but Philadelphia already had a shorthanded goal and some other offensive zone time. Michigan just struggling to have an answer for anything that Philadelphia has thrown at them. Saxton. Saxton with Pitts. Power play over. Philadelphia back at full strength. Not that it really matters that much. The Flyers power play had a shorthanded goal. Saxton on the wraparound. He'll flip it off to the back of Olivas. Get it back. Try to go back, but Olivas is not even going to let him think about trying the other side of the net. flip it up. Miller took a whack at it. Under the wheels of Cooter. Saxton ends up with it back. They'll reset in their own zone. This big three has done so much damage.
They're tough, and no one's had an answer for them except for maybe Toronto for about half their game.
As Saxton adds another one. There really isn't just nothing more you can say. They've tried everything, and he just beats the goaltenders and the defense over and over and over.
Toronto for
Boy,
about half
these
their
boys
game.
As Saxton adds another one.
They've just, yeah,
No one's
three
had an
weapons on
answer
the
for them
floor
except for
It's
maybe
tough to
Toronto
stop
for
if it was
about
just
half
one
their
guy.
game.
As
maybe you could
Saxton
shut him
adds
down.
another one.
He's got Pitts, he's got Liam Miller he can pass to. It's just tough to stop three guys like that.
And Bryce Smith, when he comes in as well, there's a long shot that hits D'Amico. Hits behind his own net.
Again, D'Amico having another solid game. Not saw a whole lot of shots, but still having a good solid game.
Saxton trying to work his way through Parent and Confara, but couldn't quite do it this time. Parent sends this one a long pass for Martin. Was out of Martin's reach though, and Pitt's the one to track it down for Philadelphia. The pass up towards Saxton. Saxton in again. Saxton sends this one wide off the side of the net. They'd have got a piece of Olivas as well. All being punched into the back of the net. Coming loose toward Pitts on the near side. Aaron trying to help punch it out of there. Still underneath somebody. Might be Parent now as it pops out indeed from underneath Tristan Parent. Saxton trying to grab a hold of it. It's covered up again. Pitts will come away with it this time. Pitts, he got a screen, he's got a shot, and this one hits Cooter. Nice block by Josh Cooter. Cooter will get out of his position in front of the net to run it down behind the net. Parent. Flip this one up toward Confara. Middle, this one sent back by Pitts. That one might have caught Pitts in the face. Saxton, I think, has it now. Indeed, he does.
Philly just looking like a well-oiled machine, offensively and defensively.
Their passing is just so crisp. They don't miss passes very often.
Flip toward Pitts. Almost lucky that Parent didn't get called for a hooking call as he snagged Alex Pitts' stick. Flipped back into the Philadelphia zone, but Pitts tracks it down. 10:45 to go, second period, 5-1 Philadelphia. Pitts looking to set his teammates up. He'll push this one ahead for Saxton with Miller in the offensive zone. Taken away by Martin, who was trying to get it to Parent, but Pitts got in the way. There's Confara in the offensive zone. He'll take a shot. That'll go well wide of everything off the end wall. Parent, for Michigan, has it. Throw this one toward the net that almost bounces in off of Hoban.
I got Michigan with a little bit of an established forecheck. We'll see if they can get something out of this.
Parent flips it toward Confara. Pitts, though, pokes it away, and Michigan will have to reset. Saxton gets it ahead to Pitts. Pitts, he scores! Wow. That time it was Saxton doing the giving and Pitts with the finish. It's 6-1.
How can you stop this three-headed monster?
I mean, what a tremendous little touch pass by Jake Saxton, which we're going to show you. Michigan did a good job putting on some pressure. They just make you pay for any mistake you make. My goodness. Look at this coming up right here. Just a very subtle push up ahead to Alex Pitts, and he buries it upper corner. As Mike said, where what, Mama hides the cookies, right?
Yeah, where Mama hides the cookies. Well, they got those cookies, those boys did, and now they're taking advantage of that jar and eating all the cookies before Mama gets home.
As that one bounces in off D'Amico, it's still loose. Saxton trying to come away with it, but Parent gets it first.
Almost in awe here that the past two tournaments, Minnesota beat Philadelphia in the championship. The way they looked in that, I don't know how anyone could have beaten them. Granted, that was years ago. And these guys are probably much improved from where they were the last two tournaments.
Well, you can tell they're much improved.
Yeah.
Here's Saxton to work his way up the floor. This one a long shot, knocked down. Saxton almost able to corral a rebound. We'll have it behind the net.
You could say that they're on a mission here, but you already knew that because their whole mantra was playing for Pat.
Playing for two guys they've lost in the championship the last two tournaments. They have a lot of motivation. Of course, as he said, playing for their two late teammates as well.
Saxton again, trying to try the feet up front, they score, it's Pitts again.
These are goals that really aren't due to any Michigan mistakes. Wouldn't you agree, Mike? These are just tremendous offensive plays.
This is just talent.
Yeah.
Pure talent.
It's 7-1 Philadelphia and still 8:13 remaining in the second period.
Look, Tristan Parent didn't have terrible coverage. I mean, he maybe could have gotten a little bit closer, but that's real nitpicking. He was in pretty good position. Alex Pitts just kind of darted in from nowhere. Parent had good coverage on Liam Miller, but Pitts just like a shot out of a cannon came from nowhere to tip that in.
Saxton now with it in his own zone. Under 8 minutes to play in the period. Pitts. Is it ahead to Miller? Miller, off the post.
Oh, Dino boy, the pipes are calling.
That might be about Michigan's best defense right now, is hoping Philly just hits the pipe a bunch.
Pitts will track it down in the corner here. We'll flip this one up towards Saxton. Parent has to try to catch up with him. He will, but the speed of Jake Saxton again will carry deep into the offensive zone. One of a penalty. I think the boards got shifted pretty heavily that time.
Get a, oh boy, adding kind of insult to injury here now. Philly's going to get a power play.
It'll be on Cooter, their star defenseman as well, so it can get even worse than that. Pitts. Saxton blocked out front. Confaro with a long shot, saved D'Amico. pushed ahead. And Martin with it. Martin able to slap it back the other way.
Philly has definitely quieted this Michigan crowd here.
Yeah, they are just absolutely on fire today. It's just entertaining to watch these guys pass to each other.
Saxton with the reverse. Flips this one up and the baseball swing, but just sent it foul. Pitts maintains possession. Here's the shot, he scores! Wow.
Olivas is a great goalie. They're just taking him to task here.
Yeah. It's just, I think Patrick Waugh or Martin Brodeur, the goaltending of power hockey, could be stopping these shots in these plays. Just a tremendous snipe there from Alex Pitts right into the corner.
Olivas looks like he's going to the bench here.
I don't think that's necessarily because Olivas is playing a bad game, and it's just kind of a respect to the veteran there that you don't want to let a veteran like that come in and give up like 12 or 13 goals.
No, he's done phenomenal. He's been there. He's been in the correct positions. It's just he's getting beat.
Yeah, I think it's just out of respect to him that they're taking him out.
Not a great birthday present for him, but this atmosphere he's playing in front of his friends, that's what we'll probably remember out of all of this.
Yeah, well, they'll get another chance at Philadelphia possibly, although the way they're playing tonight, I don't know if anyone would want to play Philadelphia. I think if you even had an all-star roster of the 4 other teams, that they could even beat Philadelphia the way they're playing tonight.
Just so cohesive.
Yeah, if you were to throw like a Chad Wilson, who am I thinking of, a level 2 player from Toronto out there. Put those guys together, maybe you put Talia McBride in goal.
Who knows?
Yeah, they are just look unstoppable.
8-1, Philadelphia with the lead. 6:07 to go in the second period. Saxton, here he comes again. Jake Saxton's beating everybody behind him. He shoots one wide. Confara, as we talked about as well, the fact that we haven't talked about him has been telling. Zimmich, he has it taken away.
Well, unsung hero too for Philly is Luke Hoban. He's always been back there to help out the defense. He doesn't give a lot of love. He's a young guy too.
Saxton's gonna have another chance all alone in front of him. Saxton off the post. Pitts catches up with it. We're back to Saxton on the streaking, and that's time a save by Cooter, the new goaltender. He came out of the penalty box and took over for Olivas in the goal crease. Backhand shot, he scores.
I was thinking I come out of the penalty box and my punishment is I have to play goalie against these guys now. Something else watching these Philly players shoot.
Just unbelievable.
Yeah.
There's really just nothing to describe what we've been watching out of this Philadelphia team.
Look at this toe drag here. With Saxton coming out of the corner. That's a great player in Confara. He just kind of geeked out of his chair and lifted that in.
I don't know what you can do to even beat this team.
Maybe Toronto kind of had them bottled up for about half a game, but then even then Philadelphia exploded towards the end of the second period last night.
Pitts, area behind his net.
They have so many ways they can beat you. And they're not, none of them are considered ones.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful as Pitts almost swept it into his own net. That might almost be the only way anybody's gonna beat them is Philadelphia own goaling itself.
They've scored 9. Well, 8 of them have come against a very good goalie in Dean Olivas, maybe the best goaltender at the tournament, so it's not like you can say a hot goaltender might be able to shut him down.
Confara saves D'Amico.
D'Amico.
Dewar battling on the near side corner. It's loose out front. Miller.
D'Amico holding down the fort there.
Hits. Going to push it ahead for Miller. Miller into the offensive zone. Miller with a shot blocked. And Olivas back in as goaltender. Just maybe just needed a moment to yell it off with his coaches, and he's back out there as Cooter shifts back to his regular defense position. Saxton's also checked out of the game.
Olivas is back in for Michigan as well.
Like I said, Michigan's not playing bad. They're not. They're not playing bad at all.
Oh, here's Pitts working around everybody. Pitts in. Pitts. This time saved by Olivas. Confara will bring it back the other way. Confara with a shot blocked out front by Hoban. Zimich couldn't hammer it home on the rebound. Miller, and he's only got the defense in front of him. Miller with a shot save, Olivas. Pitts able to hold the zone. He's a long shot. That goes off the post.
Look at all these quality shots by everybody on this team.
Yeah.
Insane.
Zimich sent this one into the crease. Still loose, now frozen.
How about some goalie highlights on our replays? Let's look at Anthony D'Amico's save from a few minutes ago. Right there. Oh, Kevin Confara not able to put that one home. Then we'll look at a Dean Olivas save from a few minutes, from just a few seconds ago, I should say. One-on-one against Liam Miller. He's up with a big, if he had a blocker, as Mike said, that'd be a nice blocker save.
Here comes Pitts. Pitts into the offensive zone. Confara trying to cut him off, and Pitts shoots it into the side of the net. Confara will come back the other way. He'll flip it up for Dewar. Dewar trying to reconnect with Zimich, but it was a little bit too hard for her to handle. Confara. Here's a shot blocked by Hoban.
Everybody commits to playing defense. Nobody's out there playing suck-hole or anything. They're all working for each other here.
Pitts trying to work his way. Confara gets the turnover. Here's a shot blocked by Hoban. Minute 30 to go in the second period. Goes off the top of the net. Miller. Zimich able to cut him off before he can get a run at the goal.
Good play by Zimich. She's having a pretty good game here today.
And they brought her off the bench. She's come in. I believe she had an assist on the Michigan goal as well.
She's provided some quality minutes for Michigan.
And far out front, battling. He shoots, he scores. 59.3 to go. Kevin Confara draws Michigan one closer, but they'll need quite a few more of those. It's 9-2.
You'll see a loose puck come away to Kevin Confara, gathered up, find just a little bit of space to get it past Anthony D'Amico and make it 9-2. And we'll learn a little bit more about one of the Michigan players, Tristan Parent, coming up during the second intermission, as Mike recorded an interview with him earlier today, as we'll hear from Tristan Parent coming up during our second intermission.
Saxton back in.
Man, Michigan's a great team. They just this Philly team's unworldly.
There's a long shot. That'll stay in play somehow. Pitts behind the net. Throwing it up towards Saxton. Here comes Saxton again. Saxton in. And he got slowed up by Cooter. Saxton shoots. He scores anyway. Basically said, if you're not going to let me in that way, I'll try this way. And he gets that goal right back. It's 10-1.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Jake Saxton.
That's about all the analysis you can do on that goal. I mean, What else can you say about Jake Saxton?
Unbelievable. 22.5 remaining in the second period. Confara will gather it up. Saxton's going to end it up with it again. Saxton, this time blocked by Cooter. Does even have to hold your breath every time he touches it. Confara saved at the horn. Well, I don't know what else you can say about that second period, but absolute domination by Philadelphia and Jake Saxton. We got that interview, though, with Tristan Parent to get off to, though, so watching Powerhockey Cup live on Facebook. Welcome back, everybody, to Plymouth, Michigan at the USA Hockey Arena as we go to the third period between Michigan and Philadelphia. And Philadelphia, there's really no other description for what they've done than just a demolition. 10-2, they lead the Mustangs. And Jake Saxton and Alex Pitts have done almost all of that damage as Confara flips one in, blocked out front by Michelle Boardman, the new defender for Philadelphia. Saxton in, he's working his way around Confara, able to cut him off this time.
Aaron Gordon also seeing some time in goal for Philly.
We interviewed.
They've opened up their bench a little bit here for Philly.
A chance to interview Gordon and Anthony D'Amico following their win earlier. There's a long shot saved by Gordon. Held out front, still loose.
Gordon's no slouch in that either. Last 2 years, she's actually was the starter for this Philadelphia team.
Bryce Smith, and here comes Miller. Miller in. Miller denied by Olivas.
Wow. No defense back there.
No help at all.
Yeah, I think they're all coming up to try to score here.
There is a long shot by Confara. He ends up getting his own rebound.
You know, that strategy kind of worked against Michigan. They're down 5-0 and then scored 2 goals in the last minute.
13:35 remaining in the game. 10-2 Philadelphia. Martin circling. Martin with a shot. That goes wide.
This might be an interesting, overwhelm Philadelphia, try to get some goals here. Yeah, this is the time to do it. I mean, might as well do it now.
Boardman battling with Confara. Kevin Confara, we keep talking about how quiet his second day of the tournament has been after the very loud first day where he had 9 total goals yesterday. Zimich comes free. Zimich rolls this one. Martin scores on the redirect.
Zimich having a huge game actually for Michigan. She's been involved in both of the scoring plays here.
Yeah, that's 2 assists. She had a nice setup there. We'll watch it again. See Zimich go around the world, circling. Finds her teammate on the weak side to score and get Michigan a little closer.
We're going to get 10-3 Philadelphia. 12:50 remaining in the game. Confara trying to center it for Zimich, but it splits her and Martin. It's kind of blocked by Boardman. Kind of fun watching the referees too, like, you know, stepping over the boards, jumping over the boards, walking with the boards in between your legs. That's got to be actually kind of a tough job monitoring all of where the boards are all the time. Saxton in. Saxton shoots it wide.
I really like this battle between Zimich and Miller. It's a very even battle.
Confara with a shot blocked by Boardman. Saxton and Miller back the other way. Saxton shoots it wide out of play. Boy, even for a really good veteran goaltender like Olivas, what do you think he feels every time he sees number 18 come screaming his way?
Oh no!
He's either excited for the challenge or thinking, I've seen enough of this guy for one game.
I think he's actually excited for the challenge.
Yeah, I think he might be too.
I would be, oh no.
Have somebody else shoot at me.
Yeah.
Parent will flip this one up. Goes over Gordon off the top of the net. Gordon backs up to cut off that post so Confara couldn't try the wraparound. Saxton comes out with it. Saxton's got Smith in front of him. Smith waiting to figure out what Saxton's next move is, and he just takes it himself into the offensive zone. It's cut off by Cooter, and Confara takes it away. Put back into the coming in offside now as Smith deflected that one back into the offensive zone, and we'll have a face-off in the Philadelphia zone with 10:52 to go. So Philadelphia most certainly by this point has probably locked up that #1 seed, so they'll play tomorrow night.
Another semifinal going to be very interesting of Toronto versus Michigan.
Miller with a shot, he scores! Liam Miller makes it 11-3.
It's Miller time. All right.
It's all.
That was too easy.
All Philly, right? Yeah, all Philly offense. Look at Miller sneak that behind Dean Olivas. Olivas just left one. Oh, you see Olivas move forward just a little bit for a split second, and Miller's so good he picks that up and is able to sneak it in on that near side to score a goal. 11-3 Philadelphia.
Confara up the near side. I think play is going to be stopped before we could take that shot. It might have come in offside. Face off back deep in the Michigan zone with 10:34 remaining in the game.
You said tomorrow, you were talking earlier about the playoffs tomorrow, Patrick, that Toronto-Michigan semifinal could be interesting since Michigan found something at the end of that game where they brought up 4 attackers. They really gave Toronto some trouble. It'll be interesting to see if maybe they implement that same strategy against the Rock.
That's possible, but my counter would be that at that point Toronto was probably just content to get out of there because they had the game in hand by then.
Also, you also said, Brett, too, that it's probably not happening here, but, you know, both these teams, we'll see what they're doing. Maybe they're not showing their full hand here. That could be a case, but
Yeah,
I don't see it here.
I
But
was gonna say, I hope Philly's not holding anything back. They were, my goodness.
well, I was talking more about
Okay.
Michigan. Yeah.
Heron trying to sneak this one through. Heron flips this one up. I think that caught Gordon on the shoulder. Confara battling. Parent out front. Pitt's trying to poke it away. Parent will scoop it back up. He'll flip this one back in toward Gordon. It'll bounce. Didn't quite have as big of a second bounce as I thought it would. It's loose out front. Redirect, they score. And that's Parent this time. 11-4.
Parent makes his presence known.
Let's watch.
He gets a nice goal here.
We just spoke to him during the second intermission. Kevin Confara sneaking that through some traffic to find Tristan Parent. And Michigan gets a little closer.
9:36 remaining in regulation. shot off the face-off.
Like you
Knocked
said,
down by
yeah.
Gordon.
Michigan's not a bad team at all. By no means. It's just they're dealing with something.
They could very easily end up in the championship game, potentially against Philadelphia.
It was so incredible to watch the dominance of this Philadelphia team, and it seems like they just get more and more dominant with every outing. It wasn't even so much the, maybe started off a little bit slow, and then, literally from the first ball drop against Minnesota, there has been no question about that they are here and they are staking their claim as the best team in the North America.
For all you Donahue fans, she's in there now, so cheer your girl on.
Yeah, we saw her called out a few times. She is in the game.
Number 22, John Simcoe, also in there for Philadelphia now. 8:33 to go in the final period. Pitt's still out there, the only one of the big three who remains in.
I think Sean Hesser's out there as well.
Yeah, we got Hesser, I think, playing up on left wing for Philadelphia. Who do you think wins a one-on-one battle between Sack? Oh, let's talk about this first.
Gordon able to make the save.
That'd be interesting to watch as a one-on-one game between Saxton and Pitts.
Yeah, that would be interesting. That would definitely be, I think I'm just going to give it my diplomatic answer. We win as fans.
Oh, and that line out there.
Yeah.
His fans. That's not a Stephen A. Smith answer.
That's my Brian Gumbel answer.
That's
Barrow with a shot, that's blocked. Martin maintains possession. His shot is blocked as well. Barrow will track it down. He'll take a long shot, that's blocked by Hesser.
Coming up post-game, we will speak with some of the Philadelphia players. I think a pretty good chance we'll be speaking with the big three. Maybe Big Mike, you can ask that question to them. Who wins the one-on-one battle between them?
I will answer that. I will ask that question.
Yeah. Who's the better of you two? We'll see if the diplomatic, the other guy, or if they say, no, it's me.
They'll probably give we play as a team, probably.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, I'll ask it. John Simcoe did not make the team, so yeah, that's why I said that was Sean Hesser, I believe.
I think it might be pulling Blaine Cameron wearing a different jersey. Wearing Roddy Harb's jersey for Ottawa.
One blocked.
Looks like Hesser's a lot younger though.
Parent on the near side, he flips this one up. Well, certainly somebody's going to have a major challenge on their hands tomorrow night. So the winner of Ottawa, Minnesota that one saved by Gordon. The Ottawa, Minnesota winner gets the privilege of playing these Philadelphia Flyers power play tomorrow night. 6.5 minutes left.
Minnesota, that would be an interesting second matchup because I think we'd all agree Minnesota would give them a much bigger test than Philadelphia saw in their first game where they kind of ran away and at one point had a 13-3 lead.
Donaghy. Here's Pitts back the other way. We'll flip this one up into the offensive zone. Parent will track it down. Saw Philadelphia, Ottawa earlier, a 10-1 Philadelphia victory in that game.
Yeah, a lot of reserves got a chance to play in that game for the power play. Saw Gordon and D'Amico kind of split time as they are in this game. Another new face entering the game for the power play. There's a vest on, so you can't really tell what number he is.
And that's got to be Hijam Mohammed. That's the only name we haven't seen yet.
I'm thinking you might be right. I thought I saw a 27, but I don't have a 27 on the roster.
Yeah, that would be Hijam. Yep.
Spitz flips this one toward the empty net.
Oh yeah, Michigan does. I didn't even notice they had the empty net. They're going with that same Toronto strategy.
I was going to say, yeah, either Dino Levis lost a lot of weight, wheelchair weight the last 2 seconds, or
They lost so much he disappeared.
yeah, he just disappeared.
Perrin with a shot, that's blocked by Mohammed. Perrin flips it up, saved by Gordon, and they score. And that'll be Thur who whacked it home. Now 5:22 left. It's a 6-goal game. They are going to have, though, that empty net to contend with at the other end.
That goal by Thur.
Levis back in, so they're going to want to see how they approach this. If as soon as they gain the offensive zone, if Olivas will check out again.
Speaking of checking out, don't check out of this stream after the game is done. We'll probably talk to the three-man machine of Philly.
Yeah, Saxton, Pitts, Miller. We're going to try to get a conversation with all three of them, and Mike will ask that question: who is the best among you three? Who wins the battle?
Who wins the battle?
Olivas indeed checks right back out. Extra attacker on for Michigan. Confara sends the face-off out of play. 4:48 remaining now in regulation. 11-5 Philadelphia leading the host Michigan Mustangs. Confara flips this one over the net and out of play. Face-off, Martin. Martin will flip this one over the net, then that will bounce out of play as well.
Going to be a drag here for the last 4:34 if the ball keeps going out of play. Not a chance to hear the PA music. We might get through the entire YMCA song.
Zimmich checks back in for Michigan to put a little more offensive punch on the floor. 4.5 minutes now remaining. Confara flips it over the net, and that'll bounce out of play.
We're not going to continue the YMCA. Okay.
No.
The interesting thing with this arena music is you can really hear just about everything that you can think of. Confara off the face-off, knocked down in front of Gordon. Gordon able to cut that one off before Zimmich could slam it home. Zimmich. She'll come away with it. Circle. Empty net for Michigan.
Good job by Donahue.
Donahue cuts her off. Parent on the near side. With a feed, and that's just out of reach of Cooter. Martin comes up with it. He shoots. What a save by Gordon. Confara again saved by Gordon. Just keeps flipping it back toward Gordon, and she just keeps knocking him down.
Gordon's getting plenty of practice in net right now. Michigan going everyone up front.
With a shot by Parent. That one ends up going wide. Confara flipping it back, and almost kind of like a volleyball serve. It got punched out of the air by a stick and out of play.
I was kind of thinking this is more like a soccer corner kick where Confara's kind of in the corner of the net. He's just flipping it out in front, and everyone's just swatting at it, trying to hit it in.
Well, Gordon, man, she's like a bank with all those savings.
3:15 to go. I think Michigan's going to take their timeout.
Yeah, we might see some interesting substitutions with this timeout. I'm kind of guessing that's what that's for. I'm still waiting for Dino Olivas to play some forward.
Yeah.
Well, Michigan takes their timeout. Well, this concludes the second day of the tournament, also concludes the pool play portion. Philadelphia more than likely will finish pool play undefeated 4-0. Michigan will fall to 2-2. Toronto comes up 3-1. So Toronto would get that 2 seed and play Michigan in that second game tomorrow. The winner of Minnesota-Ottawa, of course, will be the one to take on Philadelphia tomorrow night.
What times are those games again?
The Ottawa-Minnesota game is at noon. And semifinal 1, which most likely Toronto-Michigan, that'll be at 4. And the wild card winner against these Philadelphia Flyers power play is at 7 o'clock. That's, of course, all Eastern time.
6 Central.
Minnesota, I think the only team in the Central time zone, so they're going to have to tune in at 11 a.m. their time, noon our time in Michigan.
Hits back on for Philadelphia. Farah trying to get that one through traffic. That's knocked down by Hesser.
Good read by Hesser, chasing down Farah. Doing a good job on it.
With a long shot saved and held on to by Gordon. Now under 3 minutes remaining. I think Philadelphia did almost all of their damage in the first 20 to 25 overall minutes of the game, and it's just been kind of riding it out since then.
Yeah, Michigan's pulled their goalie. That's led to a lot more offense for them, and Philly, of course, only has one of their big 3 players out there on the floor, so that's helped out Michigan a little bit in creating some more offense, getting some playing time to some other players.
Farah not able to corral that bounce. Flips it up toward Parent, who scores.
They were finally able to solve the save machine, Garen Gordon here.
11-6, 2:33 remaining.
Took the whole team to do it.
Farah has been determined to do that flip in the air over the net, getting it to someone else. Finally got that to work. Oh, I think Philadelphia, this might be getting a little bit too close for comfort here at 11-6. They're going to bring both Jake Saxton and Alex Pitts into the game.
Saxton back on, long shot, that'll bounce out of play.
Yeah, they've come back a little.
If they were to stick with that same lineup and Michigan puts in 2 more goals, I mean, this start getting a little dicey for the power play.
There's a save by Gordon. Martin trying to catch up with it. And here's Saxton trying to get it toward that empty net, and he misses it on the near side. And that's why you put Saxton back in, just so you can have a good chance to get that empty netter. Martin takes it away. Martin's going to have a shot. Martin saved by Gordon.
He scored a goal there, boy. This could have gotten really interesting.
He would have woke up the crowd, which
Yeah.
they desperately need if you're Michigan.
So 2 minutes to play. Saxton will circle his net. Poke it down to the near side. 140.
Michigan has sort of dropped a guy back. He's now playing as more kind of a midfield slash sweeper. Kind of a half goalie, half mid player. I'm sensing that Philly's probably going to try some long shots with both Saxton and Pitts.
Saxton just content to run some clock. 1:20 to go. Crowd, you can tell, getting a little bit frustrated with how this has developed. Zimmich pick it up in her own zone. Pitts got tied up. He's trying to get it toward the empty net. That is eventually swatted away by Parent.
What a job by Parent. Good stick work just to tie him up any way he could.
45 seconds remaining now.
Alley-oop it. Oh, he got stuck, and
Hits toward the empty net, he scores. I think the outcome really was no longer in doubt after Saxton re-entered, but that certainly will be the flame on the candle on top of the cake.
but not a really good birthday cake if you're dealing with.
Indeed
Nice
not.
catch there, Mike. And coming up post-game, we'll be speaking with hopefully Liam Miller, Jake Saxton, and Alex Pitts. Mike will interview them in our post-game.
Pitts got a little bit of a head start with a stoppage, 24.4 left to go.
If you have any questions you want to ask you want Mike to ask Pitts, Saxton, or Miller, you can comment on our Facebook feed. Mike may or may not ask that question.
Gotta get your questions in.
Only got a few more seconds because once this game wraps up, we'll probably have a good 3 or 4 minutes before we'll be able to get them. They got to wrap things up with their coaches before they can move over to us. We're not ESPN where we automatically get players right after the game.
That's right.
We wish we were.
The coaches take precedent over us.
Looks like some chair trouble going on with Hesser, it looks like.
Got it shut off or something.
Hoban coming back in.
Oh, Hoban gonna play a little offense, I think.
Off the face-off, 20 seconds now remaining. Farah with a shot outside of the net. Zimmich tried to put back, but was denied by Gordon. This one flipped out. We're under 10 seconds left. 5 seconds. Long shot. And it'll go out of play, but that'll be the end of the game. And for all the performances that we've seen out of the Philadelphia Flyers power play, I think this was the most impressive of the 4 games we've now watched them play.
I totally agree there.
Yeah,
That assessment.
yeah, this is just an incredible performance.
There's really not much else to say about it. You guys will get that interview with the big 3 coming up in a moment. Well, for me, that's it for my part of the coverage tonight, except to push a couple of buttons to get off the air here. But
don't sell yourself short. It's tough to press a couple of buttons.
It is.
You could press the wrong one. You could forget how to use your finger and press those buttons. You never know.
I'm pressing my buttons right now.
So we'll wrap it up for this end of things. The final score, Philadelphia 12, Michigan 6. So that cements tomorrow's matchups. Ottawa, Minnesota at noon. Toronto, Michigan at 4. And then the winner of Ottawa, Minnesota will take on Philadelphia at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Thank you for tuning in. Live on Facebook, Power Hockey 2018. We'll have that interview coming up in a few minutes with Brett and Mike.
Make sure you get those questions in.
Yeah.
Get those questions into the Facebook comment section.
Yes, interviews with Saxton, Miller, Pitts coming up in about 3 or 4 minutes.
So for Brett and Mike, this is Patrick. Stay tuned for the post-game interview coming up in just a few minutes. You're watching Power Hockey Cup live on Facebook.
All right, Mike York here with the big three. We got Jake Saxton, we got Alex Pitts, and Liam Miller here. Great job today. What can you contribute to this win, you guys?
I think a lot of experience now. We're a little bit older. You know, when we came into this tournament, me and Jake was like 3 years old, and Alex was like 4, and I was like 5. So definitely experience. We're comfortable playing that team. We're comfortable playing all teams right now, and, you know, I think the hard work's paying off, and we're feeling really good about what we're doing.
You just got to have confidence. We never got ourselves down. We kept ourselves on a high and kept going through and never let a thought of any giving up or anything get in the way.
Going around here.
Liam and Alex really covered it all, but I think you all hit it. Experience. We grew together, and just teamwork. Teamwork is the big thing here.
Definitely, you guys came in as young underdogs the last 2 years. Guys definitely have grown as a team. I definitely can see that now, and I think if you guys play your cards right, this tournament could be yours. Just playing smart out there. So how tough was playing against Michigan, knowing that they have Confara, all these good goal scorers? How do you guys contain those guys?
You know, it's really hard. They're such a great team as well. Every team here is awesome. That's why they were selected to be here. And we just, played our game. We saw what they did in practice, and, we just did our best to keep them away from the net, and that was our, what are we supposed to do?
We just kept ourselves focused, and again, like Jake said, like study the team a little bit, and like kept our eyes on the team and not any games ahead. Just keep ourselves focused on this team.
And I'll go over here for you.
Yeah, I mean, we're a really competitive team, and I think everybody on our roster just wants to play the best hockey possible. And when you're playing against a team that deep and that good, it brings out the best in you, and I think that's pretty much what's happened.
One more thing is, you guys are on a mission here for playing for Pat and Pete. What do Pat and Pete mean to you guys personally?
Yeah, I mean, I knew Pat for such a long time, and Pete I knew for a while too, and they were just such awesome people. And look, we wouldn't be here without Pat. And Pete, he was the engine of our team. He was the smile that kept on going, and we miss him a lot, and we're playing for them, and we want to get it done just for them.
Like Liam said, like we were all close with everyone, and Pat, who started the team, and like they kept our spirits going throughout every year that we played, and they used our energy today and kept it going.
Yeah, Pat, he was of course the founder, manager of the league. Without him, obviously none of us would be here. He created such a great family, and this family's going to keep on running in his memory. And Pete, I knew Pete since I was 4 years old, me and him the same condition. And he was such a great friend of mine, great friend of everybody here. And we're just playing for both of them. Pete was a great kid, always made everyone laugh, and very competitive, made everyone better as well.
Trying to see if I have a question. See here, looking for a question here. Not really any great questions, but the one question we have is out of all three of you, who would win one-on-one?
I don't know, to be honest. Alex maybe. Alex is really good. Alex is really good.
I don't know. Everybody here is so amazing, and either way, it'd be really tight the whole one-on-one we play.
They're being too modest. If I had a blindfold, I'd beat them both.
Thank you. One honest answer out of the three of them. Well, thank you guys, and continue to have a great tournament.